the F-Type. And what's new here? It's the all-wheel drive system. Can you please tell us, what did it take to get an all-wheel drive system put on the car?
Okay, actually the car behind me is the new F-Type V8R in all-wheel drive form. So this car replaces the V8S, and this car's now got 550 horsepower and all-wheel drive. And so the all-wheel drive system is a system that we've developed to go into the car, and it allows through a centre differential to allow torque split between the front and the rear of the car. So it also has got some other technologies called torque vectoring by braking, and all these systems are controlled by another system that allows us to tune the dynamics of the car to get the best from the additional traction from all-wheel drive. So there's a transfer case, and the front wheels are driven through that transfer case. It's electronically controlled, so we can adjust the bias to the front wheels, and through that electronic control we're able to balance the car when you come into an apex using torque vectoring by braking, which brakes the inside rear wheels gently, and then as you power out of the corner, the all-wheel drive takes over and pulls you out of the corner. You'll just get a fantastic performance both into the corner and out of the corner with these systems.
So what's the balance? Is it 50-50 or?
So it's infinitely variable. We adjust the balance to suit the road conditions. So in dry conditions, it's 100% to the rear. And the reason for that is we want to protect the rear-wheel drive character of the car. But when the road surfaces get a little bit more tricky, that's when we bring in the front-wheel drive to get the combination of all-wheel drive and to allow us use the traction that's available.
Also new for 16 model year is for V6, coupe and convertible, a 6-speed manual transmission. Something that enthusiasts will really appreciate. It's great fun to drive. And some other technology we've got in the car is what we've called In Control, and that allows you to connect with your car using your smartphone. And it does features like a remote start, and you can open and unlock the car from anywhere in the world.
And the manual transmission is only on the V6 variants? Yeah. Loris, we had a hood open on an F-Type when we had it, and there's not much room there. How were you able to, was there a space issues to get in the all-wheel drive system?
The occupants and the trunk space is unaffected by the all-wheel drive. We've made some changes to the floor in the car to be able to accommodate the transfer case, and we've actually got a new hood on this car with some new hood vents that you can see behind me, and that distinguishes an all-wheel drive car from a rear-wheel drive car, and that was to allow us to package the engine and the transfer case. But from inside the car, you wouldn't know the difference other than how it drives.
What about the weight? Did it add a bit of weight?
Yeah, so inevitably, it's a mechanical system, so we've added some weight to the car. So we've added about 80 kilos, but the extra traction that you get from the car just massively outweighs the balance of adding that weight.
And 0 to 60, I think, is a little bit better, right, than the rear-wheel drive model.
So this car's now 3.9 seconds, 0 to 60. But of course, we've got 502 pounds-feet of torque here, so where you really feel the performance is in the mid-range, not necessarily just in the standing start performance.
So on the top of the line, the convertible is basically the same motor as in the coupe.
That's
right.
Talk
about the horsepower and
that's right. So at 15 model year, the convertible was a V8S that had 495 horsepower, and then we introduced the coupe variant, a V8R, which has got 550 horsepower. We've now put the 550 horsepower into the convertible, so you can now have all the performance of 550 horsepower and take the roof down.
I think that's a win-win.
Yeah.
Probably. And when is when is the new all-wheel drive car going to be available?
Okay, they're going to be available in the US in the spring of this year, so anytime soon.
Okay. Thanks for talking with us.
Okay, thank you.
You've seen it first on the Fast Lane Car.